back to sleep. I'll get you up later.
No, I have to get up. I have to help Mom with the kids.
You go over there at this hour and they're going to steal me in bed.
Is it that early?
It's earlier.
Oh, good.
There's something else on your mind.
Yeah. There was something on my mind.
What?
The future. I just think that the sooner we make some definite changes, the easier it's going to be for both of us.
I agree. It's just a matter of getting organized.
I just feel so dislocated. I mean, you're here and the children are over at Mom's, and I keep running back and forth between both places.
We'll get an apartment as soon as something comes up. Then it's a matter of finding a site for the gallery, and that's just a matter of finding a location.
How do you feel about running a gallery? It's certainly not what you're used to.
Well, I used to think running a business was running a business, and that was it. But about this, I feel I like the idea of the challenge. I was looking for something that could give me some more time off. Spend time with you. I'll be able to do that.
I don't know what I would have done without you all these weeks. Somehow when we're together, it seems like all of this makes sense.
Good. I've got another proposition for you.
Is it early?
It's not that early.
Amazing how time flies when you're having a good time.
First, I demand an explanation. Then you can work out an apology.
Zachary Colton. Well, we'll just see who can survive. Hey! Hey, buddy. Hey, Cindy. You're back.
Yeah, flesh and blood.
Right. Bruised flesh from the looks of the thing. What happened to you?
Nothing. How are you?
Well, I've kind of lost track of how I am. Maybe you should ask Liz. She'd know better than I do.
Been busy, huh?
Well, whatever you consider busy, you just double it.
Yeah, the place looks pretty good out there.
Oh, yeah, right. The repairing job out there. Yeah, looks pretty good.
I'll have to get Liz to give me a guided tour. Man, feels good to be back.
Yeah. When'd you come back?
Yesterday.
Yeah, want to talk to me about it?
Man, there's nothing to tell. I just had a few details I had to clear up.
Right, Melissa said.
Melissa?
Yeah. She came by and...
look, Jamie, I don't know what Melissa may have told you, but
all
you gotta
she told me was that you had gone to look after Jerry and Blaine. I'm not interfering, and nor was Melissa. So, how are Jerry and Blaine anyway? Are they back too?
Yeah. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Hi, Liz. Could you do a big favor for me and get a couple of coffees in here? Black?
Yeah, black.
Black. Thank you, Liz. I'll pay you back. Okay, bye. Well, with the coffee consumption around here, I should buy shares in Brazil. Have you seen Mac?
No, I wanted to see you first.
Any particular reason?
Yeah, I think I may need some help.
All right, name it. You got it.
I don't think it's going to be quite that simple. I guess that you and, well, probably half of Bay City already know that Blaine and Jerry left town to get away from Jordan Scott.
Yeah, not exactly a well-kept secret.
Yeah, well, Jerry got sick. And it was an infection from his, accident. Anyway, I got elected to take the medicine down to him that Rick Holloway got for him.
Rick? I didn't know he was involved.
Yeah, well, he's not. At least, not any more than that. You know, the less the better. Anyway, you know, I told you that Jordan Scott and his buddies are real pros. Right. Well, I figured out that Blaine and Jerry wouldn't be able to get away from them on their own, so I stayed on and helped them. Or at least tried to.
So what happened?
Well, it's really more a case of what didn't happen. And the bottom line is we didn't get away. There's really much more to know. Not if you want to stay healthy, anyway.
Sandy, what is this, a gangster movie? I mean, really, I can take care of myself.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. That's what I get for it, a free facial. No, Jamie, it's not a gangster movie. It's a real thing. Blaine and Jerry are back in one piece, and that's something, at least, and they're not in any immediate danger.
What do you mean immediate? I mean, are they in danger or not?
Jamie, listen to me. For reasons which I can't go into, Blaine is still in trouble. Now, I don't want her to get hurt. It's just that she cannot see Jerry. She can't talk to him, nothing.
So why are you telling me all this?
Well, when Jerry gets back to town, if he isn't already, he's got to know to stay away from Blaine. You can help pass that message along loud and clear. It'd also be nice to know how Blaine is doing from time to time.
Well, sure, but I don't know where I fit in.
Well, I mean, you know her. You're her ex-husband. It wouldn't be at all suspicious or unusual for you to, check up on her occasionally,
No, I don't. I mean, what exactly am I supposed to be looking for?
I just want to know that she's okay.
Well, you don't exactly give much away, do you? How you can explain your face?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll tell him I walk into a door or something. It's really not important. But I'll tell you one thing that is important. Well, when I left, I got some money from Mac, a loan. I plan on paying him back.
Okay, no problem.
Well, it's just that I don't want him to know what I used it for, you see.
What did you use it for? Sorry.
Look, it's just I can't deal with all these questions. It's tough enough explaining how I look. That coupled with the fact that I was gone so long when I only asked for a couple of days off. It's just...
Well, listen, if it's that important to you, I'll handle it. Just, stay out of Mac's way for a while, if you can, for as long as you can. And, I'll tell him that I knew you were going to be gone longer, but I forgot to tell him. Just, another one of my, setbacks.
What?
Never mind that. I'll handle it for you.
Great, thanks, man.
Sorry, the coffee took so long, Jamie, but the machine was on the fritz, and I'm not... Sandy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Well, what happened to your face?
Well, actually, I walked into a door.
A door? That doesn't look like
Thank
the
you
imprint
very
of a
much
door.
I thought it was,
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Look, I know you haven't told me everything, and I guess you can't, but, if you ever want to, well, I'm here to listen.
You're upset about today's editorial?
Does that come as some kind of surprise to you? Or did you think I'd come in here to order reprints to hand out for the mayoral campaign?
I don't know what you're talking about. Zachary?
This!
Listen to me. The editorial that I happen to write dealt with the bureaucracy in the welfare department. Now, I know that may not be scintillating stuff to you, but it had no mention of the DA, his department, or his mayoral candidacy. I'd like to know what in the world you're bursting into my office for like that.
The welfare department. Maybe you need a trip to the education department so you can learn to read the editorial that appeared in the morning edition of today's Daily Ledger. Now, you are the editor of the Daily Ledger, aren't you? Well, then read it.
I don't understand.
Well, I and your other readers certainly do. It's called libel. Also, character assassination.
Zachary, I didn't write this editorial.
Oh, come on. Don't give me that. If you didn't write it, then someone on your staff did. And they have, in effect, linked me with organized crime, accused me of running up gambling debts, and then have insinuated, because of those alleged gambling debts, I'm not fulfilling my office as district attorney. Have I left anything out? Now, Mr. Lyons, If that editorial isn't retracted on the front page of your newspaper, along with a profound, profuse official apology, I'm going to file suit immediately. And then you'll see just how effective your district attorney can be.
Okay, you guys, come on, knock it off. Look at the mess you made. Come on, quit it. Listen, I have to get to work. Now, I haven't got time for this kind of horsing around. Okay? Eat. Eat.
He started it.
I don't care who started it.
Oh, my goodness, what a mess this is. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Well, good afternoon. Nice of you to show up. Welcome home. I thought you were going to come home last night.
Well, I was planning to be home last night.
Well, what happened?
Well, I needed to spend some time with Mitch.
I'm not going to try to stop you from seeing Mitch, but this sharing a house is a two-way deal, you know.
I know that.
I have to get up early in the morning. I have to go down to the shop. And this morning was my early day. I had to call Clarice. She had to change her whole schedule around. I mean, she had to go down and open the shop.
All right, Mom, I know that. I just have a couple of commitments now. It's very difficult to work them out together.
Oh, taking care of grandchildren and running a shop, those are not commitments?
I needed to spend some time with Mitch. Look, I'm here all day with the children, all morning long and all afternoon long. I don't have any time to see him then. I thought at least I could have some time with him at night.
Yeah, well, nights turn into mornings, and mornings mean brushing hair and scrubbing faces and getting kids ready for school and packing lunches and making... The way you feel about Mitch isn't healthy.
I love him. What's unhealthy about that?
It can't be healthy if you let it get in the way of other important things.
Mom, look, I left the kids with you. You said that was going to be all right. Now, they couldn't have been in better hands.
I know that, Rachel. I'm just beginning to wonder if I weren't around how you and Mitch would manage to see each other.
What really concerns me, Philip, is why you would allow this to be published in the first place. I mean, anybody can see the libelous nature of this material.
Yes, I agree.
You put the Ledger on record accusing our district attorney of being linked to organized crime.
Yes, well, I am aware of the effect that the article has on the newspaper as well as on Zachary Colton.
I just want to know what is the basis that you used to make this accusation. I mean, we've got to have some very hard facts or we are in very deep water.
I understand that.
I just can't understand why you would risk publishing this sort of thing in the first place and writing yourself.
Mac, I didn't write that editorial.
You didn't write it, but you're the editor. You've written all of them up till now.
No. The article that was supposed to run in that spot was about the bureaucracy within the welfare department. That article was done up in advance by me to be run in my absence. That's what was supposed to be in that spot.
Well, who's responsible for this one, then?
I'm sorry, Mac. My staff tells me that Jamie pulled my editorial. He ran his instead.
How you feeling? Oh, I'm fine. It's strange to be back. Brian, thanks again for dropping everything and coming to New York to get me.
It was a pleasure, Jerry. Just knowing that you were all right.
When I woke up in that hospital not knowing what had happened, it was such a relief when they told me that you were on the way. You know, everything that happened with Blaine and Sandy just seems like a nightmare. You still don't know what happened to them?
No one heard a word before I left, but we'll check on it as soon as we get back to town.
Maybe they're all right. You know, it's better that they went off on their own. You know, I was becoming more and more ill and just holding them back.
Well, we'll talk about all this later. Right now, I've got to get you home, or I won't be keeping my word to those doctors. You know what they said? Lots of rest.
You won't have to convince me that flight knocked it out of me.
Let's see if we can find my car.
Oh, Brian, you know that pawn ticket that either Blaine or Sandy must have left in the hotel room? Did you check up on it for me?
Yes, I checked on it and bought it back. It's here in my suitcase.
Well, what was it?
Well, it was a gold chain bracelet, I think. Yeah, I'll give it to you in my bag.
Gold chain. And I don't remember Blaine having one. But maybe she did. Nothing surprises me.
Nothing? Oh, pity. I was hoping something would.
Well, it'd have to be something very special.
I'll judge for yourself.
Welcome home, Jerry.
I'll want this in triplicate.
Mac, you wanted to see me?
Oh, yes. I'll be with you in just a minute, Jim.
What about these contracts?
Have Brian look that over.
All right, and these?
Oh, I'll take care of this.
Now, is there anything else?
No, thank you, Liz.
Oh, by the way, Mac, I forgot to tell you, Sandy is back.
Oh, really? Haven't seen him.
He came in this morning. I saw him, and everything's okay.
Thank you, Liz. While you were seeing things this morning, Jamie, did you happen to see a copy of today's edition of the Ledger?
Sure, I glanced at it.
Well, I'll assume that you also read the editorial, because as I understand it, you're the one that wrote it.
Yes, why?
As I understand it, you also pulled Philip's editorial to run your own without Philip having any knowledge of this.
Well, Mac, I'm the publisher. Now, that's the job you gave me. As part of my job, I have the right to run editorials. Now, Philip and I discussed this from the start. It was agreed.
Yes, as publisher, you do have that right, but you don't have a right to abuse the privilege.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Jamie, you have accused the district attorney of this city of deliberately failing to prosecute Jordan Scott for various and sundry crimes, allegedly, because Colton owes Scott a debt of some kind.
Yes, that's right, a gambling debt. Now, Colton is heavily in debt at the arena.
You have also, in print, directly linked Scott with the accidents, as we call them, at the dock site, also with the bombings here at the complex. And all of these crimes have been deliberately overlooked, as you wrote it, by Colton.
Yes, that's all true, Mac. Now, Colton is heavily in debt with Scott, now, which may account for Colton's refusal to look into Jerry Grove's hit and run. But, I didn't say that.
Well, thank heavens for small favors.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Jamie, do you have any proof to back up these accusations? I mean, solid, admissible, hardcore proof. Proof, yes, in case this becomes a court case, which it probably will. Do you have any well-substantiated evidence, proof that will hold up in a court of law?
In a court?
A court of law, yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer.
Not sure? You mean to say that you've written an editorial libeling our district attorney on the basis of mere supposition?
It's not supposition. Now, I know that Colton is tied in with Scott, and I know that Scott is tied in with organized crime.
All right, Jamie, tell me, how do you know this?
I have sources, Mac. I overheard specific conversations at the arena pertaining to Colton's gambling debt.
Oh, Jamie, that's not nearly good enough evidence to print libel against the district attorney. Now, Philip has already been over here telling me that Colton's on his back, and Colton's office has already called me personally and threatened to sue. He feels, and I think very rightly, that we have endangered his aspirations to be mayor.
Good.
Good? It is not good, Jamie, and you are not listening to me unless you've got some hard evidence, and I mean plenty of it, to back us up on this. We are facing a $1 million libel suit.
Mac, I'm sure there are records at the arena proving Colton's debts.
Well, I wouldn't be too sure of it if I were you, because Philip has already contacted the arena, and not surprisingly, the arena maintains Colton owes them exactly nothing. And you can be sure this is a story they're going to give in court.
Mac, I know I'm right. Now, I know that Scott is behind everything that's been going on. And Colton is protecting Scott. I know that.
Jamie, knowing it and proving in a court what you know are two different things. Can't you understand that? I assure you that my board members understand it. I've been on the phone with them all day, and they are very, very upset about this, to put it mildly, about this whole situation.
But, Mac, I'm right. Now, I know that.
You haven't heard a word I've been saying. Being right and proving in court that you are right is something very different, and I don't believe you can prove this in court.
So what's going to happen?
I shudder to think, but I do know I'm going to have to get together with Brian, and some way we're going to have to figure out how we can keep this thing from blowing up in our faces.
So the rumor's true. My kid sister's back in town. You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been so worried about you.
I'm okay. I'm just glad to be home. I'm not much of a traveler.
Why don't you tell me the truth? What'd Jordan do to you?
Nothing. What makes you think he did?
Come off it, Blaine. I'm your big brother. Jordan's been burning inside ever since you left. I don't believe that you can come waltzing back into this town and pretend everything's okay.
Well, you have to believe it because it's the truth.
That's a bunch of garbage, and you know it is.
Larry, you don't know what goes on between Jordan and me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he wasn't mad at me, really. He was just really worried because Jerry had taken me away. Actually, I should be quite flattered.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's why you've been running for the past 2 weeks. And that's why Jordan's had his guerrillas out looking for you.
Larry, please, don't do this.
And baby, why don't you give me some straight answers? I'm really concerned for you.
I am giving you straight answers.
No, you're not. You're telling me that everything's just sweetness and light between you and Jordan. You're like head over heels happy to be back with him.
That's it. Exactly.
I'm not buying that. Well, look, at least I know somebody will tell me the truth.
Who?
Jerry. He'll tell me what happened.
Larry, Jerry doesn't know anything. Honestly, he doesn't know anything.
Come on, Blaine. I know I can get more information out of him than I got out of you.
Please, don't bring Jerry into this, okay?
What do you mean, don't bring him into it? The guy's already involved. Baby, look, I can't stand around and watch this happen to you. I'm going to do what I think's right.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Larry.
Look, I just have some ideas of my own, all right?
Please let it be, okay? Jerry is safe as long as you let it be. Don't make it happen all over again.
It seems like years since I've seen this place, since before. You know, I wondered if I'd ever see it again. Now it feels strange.
How so?
What's like coming home to a place that's never really been your home?
Okay?
Yeah, I am the life of the party. Just a little tired.
Maybe I should go?
Oh, I am not that tired, pretty lady. Come over here.
Just try keeping me away. I missed you so much. How about you? Did you miss me?
You think that question needs answering? Of course I missed you.
Good. I was afraid.
I missed you, Kit, really.
I know. But
Say it.
I had a crazy fear that, being with Blaine and all, these old feelings would come up.
Have you heard anything about either Blaine or Sandy?
No. Oh, why don't I ask around? Maybe somebody's picked something up.
Yeah.
You're awfully worried, aren't you?
Well, I spend weeks on the road with those two characters, and then suddenly they vanish into thin air. Yeah, I'm curious as to where they are, if they're all right.
Well, I think more than curious.
Yeah, I'm concerned. They took good care of me. You know, Kit, if it wouldn't have been for Sandy, I doubt if I would be here or anywhere alive.
Why did you split up?
Wasn't a choice, at least not on my part. Blaine and I were alone in a hotel room. Sandy had gone to get some more medication for me. We waited and waited, but he never showed up. Finally, I guess I must have fallen asleep. When I woke up, Blaine was gone.
Did someone take her?
That's what I don't know. The room was empty. A couple of cops were there, ready to take me into protective custody. Yeah. Then I must have passed out. When I woke up in the hospital, a nurse told me that Brian had been notified and was on his way to bring me back to Bay City.
How did Brian find out?
The police called him. You know, he says he hasn't seen or heard anything about either Blaine or Sandy. Every source he inquires into, it just turns up as zero. You know, either they're doing a darn good job of hiding out, or Jordan got to them.
Listen, now why don't you let me do a little research? Maybe I can come up with some information.
Well, who from? I mean, who else knows what happened?
Well, Joey, for example. I mean, he didn't know a lot, but he did know that Sandy and Rick were involved. He was the only person in Bay City that I could talk to.
Must have been lonely for you.
Joey and I helped each other through. Joey was worried about Blaine. He still is.
Maybe Blaine's contacted him. Do you think you could reach him?
I can give it a try.
Good. Maybe he can come over for a minute and tell us what he knows.
Where is that wonderful brother of ours, anyway?
Don't talk like that, okay? Annie's downtown seeing about a job interview.
Job interview? Oh, Clarice, come on, don't tell me he's thinking about staying here.
Well, why not? Here's a nice place as any.
Oh, great. Great. No sooner do I get settled than Big Brother comes in and nudges me out.
Lee, Bay City's big enough for both of you.
Well, if he has to move here, I may as well move out.
What is with you two anyway? I mean, why can't you just let bygones be bygones? I think of him like a friend.
It's very easy for you to say, Clarice. You don't have him breathing down your neck, looking over your shoulder, checking up on your grades, your girlfriend, your general lifestyle.
Don't you think you're overplaying it?
No, Clarice, I don't. You know, I moved away from Wisconsin to get away from him, Clarice. I needed space. I needed to put distance between him and I. had to think things out for myself. I never dreamed he'd follow me.
Lee, he's not following you.
Well, it sure seems like it.
Look, there's nothing to hold him back in Wisconsin anymore, especially since he and Suzanne have split. Maybe he's lonely. Maybe he wants some company. Or his family.
So Denny has indelibly etched upon my mind. I'm his family, so he has the right to intrude upon my life.
I wish you wouldn't look at it like that. I mean, as far as I can see, Denny is trying to make a new start.
Well, there are plenty other places in America for him to do that. He just wants to harass me.
You're wrong about that, Lee. I think he's changed.
Well, I know him a lot better than you do, Clarice. And he may be able to fool you into believing that, but I don't buy it for a minute. He hasn't changed at all, Clarice.
We had a talk last night. He is as proud of you as I am.
Oh, yeah, so proud. I bet you he's just dying to rip into me about hockey or history or anything at all.
No, that isn't his intention, Lee. He admitted last night that he's been too hard on you in the past.
He actually said that?
Yes, that's what he said, so don't come down so heavy on him. I mean, you have to try to... Look, this world is big enough for the two of you. I mean, you just got to try a bit of understanding. You never know. Maybe Denny's turned over a new leaf.
Maybe he has.
Yes, I'm quite aware of the damages that can result from the publication of such an editorial. No, I assure you, I've already spoken to him, and he won't. Oh, no, I have no intention of ever letting it happen again. Yes, I completely agree. Yes, thank you so much for your advice. Right, goodbye. Yes, Liz. Oh, all right. Send him in.
Mr. Corey, you wanted to see me?
Come on in, Sandy.
Mr. Corey,
Jamie told me that you were in, but that he'd seen you.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome back. I'm glad you're here in one piece.
I'm sorry I was away so long. It just took a little longer than I expected.
No. Don't worry about that. I just wish Jamie had told me that you'd called in several times to extend your leave of absence.
Oh, well,
I know he's got a lot of things on his mind, so that's understandable, too.
Mr. Corey, about the money I borrowed from you, I want to pay it back as soon as I possibly can. If it's all right with you, I'd like to arrange with Liz to have payroll deduct a little bit each week until it's all taken care of.
Fine. Any way you want to arrange it will be okay. That's not what I want to talk to you about. Now that you're back, you may be aware that a few changes have been made. Mrs. Randolph has been named as publisher of Bravo now. Since you were absent, we've had to hire someone else as a full-time administrative assistant for her.
Oh, I certainly understand, Mr. Corey.
No. I don't expect you to. You haven't been fired. As a matter of fact, now you have your choice of two jobs. You can stay on with Bravo, as you were before, helping out Cecile and Pat in any way you can, or you can go for another job. Although I must say I haven't spoken to Jamie about this yet.
Well, what is it?
It would be a new position I'm just creating. Administrative assistant to our chief editor, who is Jamie, of course.
But I thought Jamie was publisher of Bravo.
Yes, he was. But when we added the newspaper to our holdings, he had more work than he could handle. So anyway, now I would like for him to have the best assistance he can get. How about it?
Well, you said that you haven't spoken to Jamie about this yet.
No, first I wanted to know which of the two jobs you wanted.
Well, Mr. Corey, you know, I would really love working with Jamie, but I don't want him to feel that I'm in any way stepping in on his turf. So if it's all right with you, I'd rather wait until you'd spoken to him before I give you my decision.
And that's all I know. They're both back in Bay City. And, you know, Sandy's all right, except for looking a little beat up.
And Blaine?
Haven't seen, haven't heard.
Well, has anyone seen her?
Yeah, Sandy has. He said that I should keep my distance from her. Great, huh?
Look, where is she?
Back with Prince Charming.
Back with Jordan. Oh, that's crazy. Sandy must have gotten it wrong.
No, he seemed quite sure about what he was talking about.
She would never go back to him, not of her own free will.
Listen, don't get upset. Honey, I'm sorry, but these things do happen. She lived with him for a long time. She may have changed her mind.
Look, you don't understand. She doesn't love him. She never did. She just got all tied up in this, and she couldn't.
You all right?
You sure she's back with Jordan? Then she'll probably be working at the Connection.
You're not thinking of going to visit her, are you?
No, not tonight.
Oh, not ever. Because if you remember, that's how this whole thing started. Or have you forgotten that?
No, Joey, I haven't forgotten.
Joey's right. You've got to stay away from Blaine.
Yeah, sure.
Just a minute. What?
Cecile said I'd have a 99% chance of finding you here. Kind of wondered what the other 1% was, though.
Cecile.
Yeah, I called the penthouse, and she said it was highly probable that you'd be working late. And so you are.
So I am. Come on in, Rick.
Yeah. I gather this is an every night occurrence, huh?
Not every night.
Most?
Look, I could do with the distraction of your visit without a lecture.
Hint, taste.
I've had my share of lectures today.
Sorry, Jamie.
Don't listen to me. I'm sorry. I've just been read out by everyone today, and I'm taking it out on you.
So I gathered.
It's been a bad day.
Oh. Listen, you want to go get something to eat?
No, thank you. I've already had a sandwich. I've got some work to do.
For dinner? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to lecture you. All right. I could do with some coffee, though.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Me too. Just coffee.
I wasn't asking.
I know. I just, I thought I'd let you know about it.
I could tell by your eyes that you were straight.
Really?
Yeah, they don't look like two black marbles anymore.
How long? Well, a couple of days.
That's good.
Good? That's what you say. My nerves are telling me otherwise.
Well, nobody said it was going to be an easy cure.
Well, I know, but this is tough, Rick. I mean, I have a headache all the time. My neck hurts. I can't get any sleep. Well, I guess, you know about it.
Yeah, I kept telling myself that another week or two and it'll pass. I had to repeat that over and over to myself like a religious phrase, but it worked. Or something did, because eventually it did pass.
I hope so.
So, remember, it's just the first week that hurts.
Right. Well, hurts happens to be an understatement.
So tell me, what made you opt for long life and sanity?
Well, I had a talk with someone who helped me see what I was doing to myself. I realized that the only way to repair the damage was to get unhooked. So I'm trying. Very hard. It's not easy, but then what's that phrase? If it's easy, it's not worth it.
Sounds like a good puritanical phrase. Listen, if you need somebody to talk to, I think I might be a good sounding board.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that.
It's okay.
Well, I'm sure you didn't come creeping in the dark up the hallway. It's just to check on the state of my health. What's that?
No, I wanted to talk to you. You know, I remember I asked you to be an usher at my wedding.
Sure.
Just wanted to get everything straight about what you're going to be wearing.
Well, tuxedo?
No, not quite.
No?
Mm-mm.
What, is it going to be different? Am I going to like it?
Maybe.
You know, I was wondering if you were going to make good on that rain check.
Rain check?
Don't you remember? Now, that's what I like. A guy who remembers the important pieces of his life with such startling speed.
Look, can I have a clue?
It's the night of your accident.
That's probably why I don't remember. I think I have blocked out almost all of that part of my past, and maybe it's for the better.
Well, this part isn't, because it involves me.
Well, then it's definitely worth remembering.
We had a date that night. And when I came to see you at the hospital, I was trying to avoid crying by making small talk, and I told you that you could have canceled. That you didn't have to go to so much trouble.
And I took that opportune moment to ask you for a rain check.
And I told you anytime.
There you are, looking just the same as you did last time I touched you. Here I am, close to getting tangled up inside the thought of you. Do you love her as much as I love him? Will that love be strong when old feelings stir again? Looks like we made it, left each other on the way to another life. Looks like we made it, You were there everywhere. All I could taste was love, the way we made it. Love so strange, playing hide and seek with hearts always hurting. And we're the fools, standing close enough to touch those burning memories.
I was so worried about you. I didn't think I would ever see you again.
Yeah, they can't get this cat so easily. I still got a few lives to go.
What happened?
Oh, well, it's nothing that you should concern yourself with.
They beat you again.
Yeah, well, skin heals, Melissa.
So you're lucky, huh? Could have been much worse.
Yeah, that's what I always say.
I want you to tell me everything.
Well, that should be easy, because there's not much to tell. I mean, Jordan's men did what they were supposed to do. They found us and they brought us back.
And?
And nothing. That's all there is to it.
If you don't tell me, it's because you can't, right? When Jordan just brings you back, and we're all supposed to forget it, just pretend it never happened, right? Just live happily ever after.
That's right, Melissa. That's exactly what we're supposed to do.
Somebody sold out somewhere. You weren't going to tell me, are you?
No, Melissa. Not this time.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.
Mac,
Oh, morning, Jamie.
have you heard anything from Brian or the board?
You mean about the editorial?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Okay, I'll be getting on in my office.
Jamie?
Yes.
Have a minute?
Is there something else?
Yes, there's something I've been wanting you to consider again for some time. I haven't suggested it to you because of Sandy Alexander's absence.
Sandy?
Yes. I really think it'd be a good idea for you, Jamie, and a very beneficial step up for Sandy if we relieved him of his somewhat uninteresting duties on Brava and made him your full-time administrative assistant.
Mac, I told you before, I don't need an assistant.
Jamie, all of us can use some help.
Mac, I can do my job without an assistant. Besides, it would take me longer to show them what to do than to do it myself.
Jamie, I really think you should give this some serious thought before you turn it down. You know, he's a very bright young man, and he's now learned the ins and outs of Corey Publishing.
Mac, I'm not questioning his abilities.
I think it would be an enormous advantage of you, physically and psychologically for you, to have him take some of the load off of your shoulders. I mean, you could at least let him do day-to-day chores for you.
Mac, I don't think that it's necessary.
Well, I think you should.
What?
Think about it. Don't say no until you've thought it through.
Well, I don't know.
If you have some time, why not talk to Sandy about it? I still think you two would make a good team that would work very well together.
Right? I didn't expect to see you.
Oh, you're happy to see me.
That's it. Let's see what's in the box.
Oh, some fresh croissants from the bakery.
I don't know which one I like better.
Oh, well, we'll see what we can do about that.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody?
Oh, everybody's fine. Lee Hobson and Sally Frame are taking care of the children this morning because they don't have Anything until the afternoon.
Matthew?
He's terrific. You know, I've decided he looks just like you.
That good?
Yes, I believe that good.
I want to see him. I want to see him grow.
Yeah, you will. Well, do we have anything to go with the croissants?
Like hot coffee?
Yeah, that'd be terrific. What's this?
Beginnings of a masterpiece.
This is the gallery.
Well, it's preliminary sketches.
It's terrific. That's terrific. I really have a feeling now that it's really going to happen.
Did you ever doubt it?
No, not really.
About those sketches in the gallery. Back to work.
Let's do the sketches, man.
Baby is so good he falls right to sleep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you felt the muscles on that guy?
I know.
It's like he's been working out. He's got a grip like iron. He's probably going to be able to climb buildings. I bet you he's the next human fly.
Human fly. What's a human fly?
A cat burglar.
Oh, Lee, don't go putting things into his head.
Like he can understand.
Baby, they can. Babies are very intelligent. A
Hmm?
lot more intelligent than people give them credit for.
Hmm.
He's cute, huh?
Yeah, he's cute.
Would you love to have kids someday?
Yeah. 6 of them just like that little guy. A whole little hockey team.
Yeah, but what if you had girls?
Girls?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess I'd have their mother teach them about cooking and cleaning and ironing.
Oh, I
Especially
see.
cooking.
You're a real male chauvinist, aren't you?
Well, no.
No?
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Lee, how did this happen?
Oh, she fell.
Where did she fall?
She was at the bottom of the stairs.
Look at that cut. Is it bad or what?
I don't know. I don't think so. Are you okay, Amanda? It's okay, we're here.
Hey, I think you better call Rachel, huh?
I don't know where she left the number. I'll call Clarice, all right?
All right. She'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Fair, can I help you?
Yeah, Clarice, this is Lee.
Hi, Lee. What's up?
Well, we've had a little accident over here.
Over here? Where's in here?
Oh, I'm over at Ada's. I'm helping Sally babysit.
Is one of the kids hurt?
Well, Amanda, she's got, she fell on the stairs.
On the stairs? You mean she fell down the stairs?
No. I don't know. I think so.
Well, is she conscious?
Well, yeah. She's got a bump on her head and she's got some blood on her forehead.
Listen, Lee, this is what I want you to do.
Okay, what?
Take Amanda to the emergency care unit at the hospital and, take Matthew over to Betty's.
Okay, do I stay at the hospital?
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
Okay, should I call Rachel first?
No. You just take Amanda straight to the hospital and I'll take care of that.
Oh, okay, then we're on our way, all right? Bye.
What are we supposed to do?
Okay, we take Amanda to the hospital, and then we drop Matthew over at Betty's.
Okay. You got her?
Yeah, I got her. Okay, you okay, huh?
Oh, man, I just feel so awful about this.
Oh, no time for that. Let's just go. Huh?
All right.
You know, it's good to see you walking around in one piece.
I am glad just to be walking around.
You mean instead of running?
I've had about enough of that to last me for a while.
So tell me, what'd you think of New York in the spring?
Well, I set out the museums, I slept through the show at the planetarium, and that is about the size of it.
So you didn't enjoy your visit?
I would have enjoyed it a lot if we could have nailed Jordan Scott before I got back to Bay City.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. Hey, there any new breaks?
Oh, you mean if I found this little black book? The answer is no.
Well, have you looked lately?
Look, Jerry, have I looked? I spent practically all my spare time down on my knees looking up under things for secret hiding places.
So far, I haven't had any luck.
We have got to find that book.
Look, you know it, and I know it. I'm still looking for it.
It's more important than ever now.
You mean because of Blaine?
Yeah. You know she went back to Jordan Scott.
Yeah.
After all that happened, doesn't that strike you as funny?
No, I'm saying nothing strikes me as funny anymore. I mean, when she called me from New York.
Blaine called you from New York?
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. When could she have called you? We were together every minute.
She called me from some hotel room, and she said have the city police come over and pick you up.
What?
Said have them pick you up. Because you were sick and she couldn't stick around.
Oh. So that's what happened.
I don't believe you didn't know about that.
I didn't know, believe me.
From what she told me, I got the impression you knew everything about it.
No way. There is no way that I would have let her do that. She must have called when I was asleep. Look, do you know what happened after the New York police picked me up?
That beats me.
I hate blank spaces like that. So Sandy and Blaine are both back in Bay City.
That's right.
I'm going to go talk to him.
I'm going to talk to him myself.
Right. Looks like if we're going to get any answers, they're going to have to come from him.
Swear I don't have to protect myself from you. Each time we speak, I find myself inside your point of view. It's a crazy freedom now I never known before. Baby, if you want me, I'll be back for more. 'Cause you move me like nobody's moved me. You know my secrets long before I do. You move me, you move me. It's crazy what you do. 'Cause I always thought I'd live my life alone. The pain of always giving, never getting lost to show. You slipped inside, changed it all. You set my feelings free. Now that I've found you, boy, let yourself find me. 'Cause you move me like nobody's moved me. You know my secrets long before I do. You move me, you move me. It's crazy.
How early are you?
Told you, I'm a morning kind of person.
Oh, yes. I do remember now. You said you were always at your best in the morning. I hate to dispute your word, Melissa, but you don't exactly look your best this morning.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, beautiful. But trouble?
Maybe.
You should be on top of the world today.
Why?
Well, didn't I see your friend, Sandy Alexander, last night?
Yeah.
He's okay, isn't he?
It's debatable.
That guy's really got you going, hasn't he?
No. Listen, Jason, you just have to understand. See, Sandy and I just have been friends a long time. And now something's wrong. I'm just worried about him.
Tell me something, Melissa. You still have a thing for this guy?
No. No. We're just good friends. Just friends.
You sure that's all it is?
Are those jealous sounds that I hear?
Could be.
Hey, don't be.
I don't want to be. It's just that I don't trust my feelings.
Hey, now you are more than just a friend. Boy, are you more than a friend.
And I want to keep it that way.
Meaning even the slightest touch of competition disturbs you?
You know it.
Well, I'm flattered that you care. You really care whether I'm happy or not.
You better believe I do. I want to do everything I can to keep you happy.
Well, in that case...
Uh-oh, here it comes. A favor, I'll bet.
Well, I said you didn't mind.
What is it?
It's just Blaine and Sandy. Just want to know if you could find out what's going on for me.
I probably can. Why?
I'm worried about them. Can you do it? For me?
For you? Sure.
Well, that's just one reason why I think you're so terrific. Thanks.
Clarice, what's the matter?
It's Amanda. She fell on the stairs.
Is she all right?
I don't know.
Well, what do you mean you don't know? Who was that called?
Lee just called. He said that she has a cut on her forehead and there's some blood and she's got a little bump on her forehead.
Oh, no.
But I told him to take her to the emergency care unit at the hospital.
Well, that was good thinking.
I said that we would meet him there, but I got to get hold of Rachel.
No, I think she's over at Rich's.
Well, do you have that number?
Yeah, I got it right here. Oh, nuts. Come on. No answer.
There's no one at your place either. What do we do now, Ada?
I'm gonna call Mac. Hello? Liz, this is Ada. Could I speak to Mac right away, please? Thank you.
Hello, Ada. What can I do for you?
Mac, there's been an accident.
What kind of accident?
Well, it's Amanda. She's okay, but she fell on the stairs.
Well, how is she?
Well, I don't know. Lee is taking her over to the hospital.
Lee? Who's Lee?
Lee is Clarice's brother.
Well, where's Rachel?
Well, Rachel had to go out, and I couldn't reach her.
All right, thank you very much for calling, Ada. I'm on my way to the hospital.
Hey, buddy, how's it? I guess I don't have to ask how it's going from the looks of you.
That good?
Oh, I don't know about good. Smug, maybe.
No, I'm just enjoying myself. Things have been going better than they've been going for a long time.
All to the credit of Rachel Corey, right?
Right.
So what's happening? Any closer to the wedding?
No. There's some things to settle first.
Such as?
Well, for one thing, we've got to take care of the family. That's one minor thing.
That's very important.
Very.
So how are you going to do that?
Well, we put together an idea that involves a plan for developing a studio and an art gallery.
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. You're not planning to go into business together with Rachel, I mean, you in the gallery business?
Yeah, why not?
Well, the last time I looked, you didn't know a thing about art.
I learned.
No. That's something you're born with.
But like sculpting? That's Rachel's thing.
Oh, what's going to be your thing?
Photography.
Mitch, come off it, will you please? What is all this talk? It really sounds very high-flown to me. All this talk about galleries and sculpting and... You know clubs.
No. Jason, I'm telling you, no. I don't want to be involved in clubs. I don't want to be involved in the connection, not where Jordan Scott is involved.
There are plenty of other clubs.
No, I'm through with it. I'm telling you, it's over.
I don't understand why you're doing this.
What if I said I'm doing it for Rachel?
For Rachel? Then I would have to say that you are making such a big mistake, man. You better think about this thing.
I've thought about it.
You have? And you still can't see what you're doing?
Yeah, I can see what I'm doing. I want to be with her. What's wrong with that?
I'll tell you what's wrong with that. You have latched on to Rachel, and all of a sudden she's becoming the most important thing in your life. She's guiding your life. That's not your style, Mitch. You need to be your own man.
I am my own man. Look, it happens to give me a lot of satisfaction to see her start making a career for herself, if that's what she wants.
You're obsessed by that woman.
I appreciate your concern. But I know what's right for me. What can I say, Jason? You're wrong again.
Mac, why don't you sit down? Amanda's going to be all right.
Yes, but what if it's something serious?
It's not serious. She just bumped her head.
But something like that can be very dangerous.
But they have the best of attention there.
I know, but still.
I know how you feel. When Corey just scraped his knees, I heard all over.
Why weren't they watching her? What was she doing playing on the stairs anyway?
Well, she wasn't playing on the stairs, sir.
What was she doing?
Well, she was on her way upstairs to get her doll.
She wasn't out of our sight for any more than a minute.
Oh, where were you two then?
Well, we were in the kitchen with Matthew, and I heard her cry.
I see. Well, I probably shouldn't be blaming you anyway.
Well, I feel awful that we let her go upstairs alone.
No, please, don't feel bad. If I made it sound like you were responsible, I'm sorry. I'm sure you weren't. Anyway, my anger wasn't directed at you.
Oh, there you are. I got a hold of Rachel. She's on her way over here with Mitch. Come back. You're here.
Jordan, how's it going?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you.
Oh, nice. Fine, thank you.
Not you, the connection.
Oh, of course. Well, I am very pleased to report that business at the Connection has never been better.
And to what do you attribute the spurt of growth?
You want my honest, unbiased opinion?
Another.
It has to do with Melissa.
Oh, you really expect me to believe that's an unbiased assessment?
Well, she really packs them in, Jordan. All the talk I hear is about her.
Still, there's something personal going on between you, isn't there?
We're friends.
You know how I feel about management getting involved with their help.
I do. You don't exactly practice what you preach.
Let's not bring my personal life into this, okay?
Okay. I see. It's do what I say, not what I do.
Have it any way you want, Jason. Now, that problem with Mitch Blake, you get it straightened out?
There's no problem with Mitch. And there never really was.
Well, I saw a problem, and I want a straight answer about how you handled it.
You know, I'm so uptight. Huh?
Is it solved?
It's solved. Believe me, it's solved. Don't give it another thought. And by the way, I'm glad to hear that Blaine is back. I imagine that you're very glad to see her.
Blaine is no concern of yours, Dunlap. So why don't you do yourself a favor and drop the subject?
You sure? Just curious.
I don't pay you to be curious.
Jordan, I'm just interested in what's happening to my fellow employees.
Okay, Jason. Then get it like this. Blaine is back in Bay City, and so am I. And this is exactly where we're going to stay. And all you need be concerned with is that I'm in charge here. You got that?
Sure, Jordan. That's good. Real good.
Who is it?
Me, Sandy. I got your message at work. Sounds important. What's up?
What happened to your face?
Look, I've only got about an hour, actually, less before I have to be back to work, so...
Sandy, what happened?
Look, I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, look, this is me, remember? We are in this mess together. You come back to Bay City and it looks like somebody played catch with your face. Blaine is nowhere to be seen, and you're not going to explain any of this to me?
That's right, I'm not.
Why not?
Because it's better that way.
Don't give me better for my own good. Joey told me that Blaine went back to Jordan.
That's right.
Look, I want to know how that happened and why.
Look, Jerry, you better just keep out of it.
Okay, you decided to stonewall it, huh? All right, I won't ask any questions if that's what you want.
That's what I want.
But I'm not going to stay out of it.
You have to. Look, I really mean that, man.
Sandy!
Yeah?
I think this might be yours.
Where'd you get it?
I found the pawn ticket in the hotel room. Asked Brian to redeem it. Is it yours?
Yeah. Thanks. All right. Look, if I tell you what happened, do you think you can handle it?
Why wouldn't I?
Jerry, I just don't want you getting involved again.
Look, Sandy, I cannot promise you that.
Okay, that's fair enough. Look, to make a long story short, Jordan Scott and his goons picked me up.
At the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that much out for myself.
Well, I guess Blaine called over there when I didn't show and got Jordan instead of me. So she put two and two together, figured Jordan had me, and came to the hotel.
And she decided to go back to Jordan?
Well, let's put it this way. She made a deal with him.
A deal? What kind of deal?
I don't know. All I know is we both got back to Bay City in one piece.
Look, what kind of deal?
Man, does it matter?
Yes, it matters.
Look, she went back with Jordan. All right, that's it. That was the agreement.
Blaine never would have agreed. Now, he must have forced her to come back.
Whatever. Look, I want to get something straight between us. You leave her alone.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
You have to. You got to keep away from her. Now, look, she and I, we made a deal with Jordan. And I don't want you messing this up for me, or for her, or for yourself, for that matter.
Never ends, does it?
What do you mean?
The only way that any of us is ever going to be free of that man is when he's dead.
Right there. And you're as good as new. Well, almost as good as new. In a day, there might be a little thing there. And I'm going to give you a little bandage for your doll here.
I got one already.
You do? Oh, well, then we won't need that. Let me see.
There's my sweet baby. Hello, honey. Hello. Oh, yes. You know your daddy was going to come see you, didn't you? You feel all right? You feel all right? Good. Is she all right?
She's fine.
Can I take her home?
No.
Well, what's wrong? You're keeping something from me.
No. I think I just prefer to have her over, here, so we can keep an eye on her.
But why? You said she was all right.
She is. She's fine, but you can never tell about these head injuries.
Yeah, but you just said she was all right.
As I said, she is, but we prefer to keep her overnight for observations just in case she sustained a concussion.
You've seen some signs of concussion?
No. She's fine.
Well, all right then. Oh, sweetheart. I guess if you think it's best, she can stay overnight.
I do, but then I'm known for being a rather overprotective doctor around here.
I think I like that quality in a doctor.
Mac, why don't you wait out in the waiting area while we get her ready to be transferred up to her room?
No, I can't leave her alone.
Oh, she's not alone. She'll have me. And I promise you, I won't leave her for a moment.
Right, thank you, Alice. I'll see you in a little while, baby. Okay, be a good girl.
Oh, listen, as soon as she's ready, I'll give you a call, and you can take the ride up with her.
Thank you, Alice, very much.
I'm a parent, too, remember? I know what it's like to be concerned about a child.
I saw Jordan Scott in here.
That's right.
Well, what did he say?
About what?
Oh, come on now, Jason. Don't tease me. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I tried to get him to talk about Blaine, but he didn't want to do that at all.
Yeah, I wonder why. He didn't say a thing?
All he said was that she's back in Bay City, and that's just where she's going to stay.
I wonder what that means exactly.
Well, my guess, it means that Blaine doesn't have much to say about it. He's got her right where he wants her. Not to mention me.
That's what I was afraid of.
Here you go, Mac.
Oh, how nice of you. Thank you.
Amanda's just about ready to be transferred up to pediatrics.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
You know, she's gonna be all right. Don't look so sad.
I can't help it.
I understand.
She's just so little. I can't bear to see her hurt. And she's been through so much lately. You know, being torn away from her home like that and her mother and father separated, she didn't need to go through this, too.
Of course she didn't. But she is gonna be all right, I promise you.
You really think so?
I know so. You know, small children are much stronger than they look. They're resilient, not only physically but emotionally. You give them a lot of love and they can recover from emotional trauma much faster than adults.
Oh, well, that's real good to hear.
Mac, how is she?
She slipped on the stairs and hurt her head. That's how she is.
Is it serious?
They don't think so.
What do you mean they don't think so? Don't they know?
Well, Rachel, we're sure it's nothing serious, but in the case of a head injury, it's a good idea to keep the patient in for observation.
Well, then something is wrong.
No, really. Be calm. It's nothing.
If something is wrong, I want to know the truth.
Well, that is the truth. You can talk to her doctors as soon as we have her settled.
Settled where?
As I said, we're going to keep her overnight up in pediatrics. It's just a precaution, though, really.
Rachel, when she's all right, I want to keep her with me so she can get the proper care. Obviously, from this incident, she's not getting it from you. And as I told you, I'm going to want to have full custody of her anyway.
Magna, wait just a minute.
Don't interfere in this, Blake. This doesn't concern you.
I disagree with that.
Wait a minute. Amanda was being taken care of.
Not by you. Where were you anyway? Nobody could find you. Why weren't you with her? You're a mother, aren't you?
I had some errands to run. I can't be with the children every minute of the day, but when I'm not, they're in good hands.
Well, Louise can be with her every minute of the day. I'm her father. And I have just as much right to say how she shall be taken care of as anybody else does. I want her in her own home. I want her taken care of somebody who doesn't have to run off because they have to take care of some so-called errands they have to make happy. Now, I'm going to see Amanda.
Excuse me.
I'm going to see her, too.
Rachel.
Can he really do that? Can he take her away from me?
I don't know whether he can or not, but he's trying. First thing in the morning, as soon as they release her, let's take Amanda. In the meantime, there's nothing you can do here. I'll take you home.
I can't go home. I have to see her.
Jerry, what are you doing here?
Where's Blaine?
Would you please get out of here?
Where's Blaine?
Listen, she's not here right now.
All right, where is she?
You're starting to repeat yourself.
And I will until I find her.
Jerry, this is not a place for you to regain your health, okay? So I just want you to get out of here.
Melissa, tell me where she is, and then I'll go.
Come in.
Hey, I was out of the office for a while, and when I got back, Liz said that you wanted to see me.
Yes, right, I do.
I'm sorry I was late, but I
No
was...
problem.
Okay. I just like to be on time.
You have some now?
Sure, as much as you need. You're the boss.
Am I? Well, we'll see about that.
I don't think I understand what you mean.
Yeah, I wonder why. Never mind, Sandy. Has Mac talked to you? Because if he had, he didn't tell me. Listen, Sandy, what I really wanted to see you about is because I wanted to ask you if... No, that's That's not true. Mac wanted me to consider having you work with me as my assistant. I wonder how you feel about that.
I think a better question would be, how do you feel about having me as your assistant?
I don't know. Now, don't misunderstand me. It's not you. It's just that...
Just what?
Well, I can't help but feel that this is just another way that Mac is telling me I'm not doing my job.
Oh, hey, man, come on.
No, listen. I'm serious. I'm in a lot of hot water. Because I wrote this editorial that I can't substantiate, linking Zachary Colton to Jordan Scott.
Yeah, well, maybe so, but I think you're jumping to conclusions about the reasons why Mac wants me to work with you.
Emma?
Yeah, sure. I think that all Mac wants is for you to have the help you need.
The help I need?
Well, sure, everybody needs help.
So Mac says.
It's true. Look, from where I stand, I mean, it seems like that everybody in your position or lower has an assistant. I mean, you're the only one who doesn't, right?
I've never had one. I've never needed one. Till now.
Look, I'd really like to assist you. But I think we got another problem here.
What?
Your wife.
Cecile? What makes you say that?
Well, you see, up until recently, I've been her assistant, and I don't want her to feel like I'm defecting or something, you know? So maybe it'd be good if you could talk to her tonight.
It won't be possible.
Yeah, well, I can talk it over with her. Why won't it be possible?
It just won't.
Sorry I asked.
No, it's okay. See, I can't talk it over with her. She threw me out last week.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I know. I'm staying over at Mac's now.
Look, I'm going to ask, why'd she throw you out?
Reasons.
Reasons?
Yeah. Good ones, really.
Yeah?
Well, I guess it's kind of obvious that work isn't the only place that I've been messing up.
Look, you know, you can fix this up. I mean, you're still new to this marriage, and everybody says that the first year is the toughest. Do you want to fix it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Jerry, please, just get out of here. It's all right, Melissa. Thank you. Something I'm going to have to deal with sooner or later anyway. Can I fix you something, Jerry?
No, thanks.
What do you want?
What do I want? You can stand there and ask me that?
Come on, out with it.
I want to know why you're back with Jordan Scott.
I just am, that's all.
What kind of magic did he have to work to get you to come back to him?
No magic, Jerry. I wanted to be back with him.
Sure you did. Tell me something else I'll believe, Glenn.
Whatever you want to know.
How did he persuade you?
He didn't persuade me. I simply assured him that you nor anybody else had meant anything to me.
Oh, and he believed you.
Why not? It's the truth.
Blaine, will you stop lying to me?
Jerry, let go of
Not
me.
until you tell me the truth.
I just got through doing that, so you better believe it.
Look, you don't love Jordan Scott, Blaine. He's got some kind of crazy hold on you.
Oh, Jerry, really, would you please stop fooling yourself?
You are the one who is trying to fool me, and I am not buying it.
Why not? You bought it while we were on the run.
Now, what's that mean?
It means that while we were on the run, I thought it was very exciting. I mean, I even convinced myself that what we were running from was a real threat.
But you know it was.
What I know is that I realized how much I had here with Jordan and how much I really love him.
You told me you didn't love him.
I lied.
No. No, I don't think so.
Come on, Jerry, really. Actions speak louder than words.
Oh?
Yeah, I left you the first chance I could get, didn't I? As soon as you fell asleep, I walked out. It was my only way to get back to Jordan.
You just keep saying that to yourself, Blaine. And maybe you'll be able to convince yourself it's true.
Jerry, go ahead, believe whatever you like. Really, I don't care.
Blaine, you had better get out of here.
Oh, Denny, how do you like the pot roast?
Oh, pot roast is one of my favorites.
You'll notice he didn't say he liked my pot roast.
But that's what he meant, isn't it, Denny?
Of course.
Just kidding. Well, how did your job interview go?
It went well. Very well, I guess.
No, when will you know either way?
A couple of days, I suppose.
Oh, well, that's good. At least they don't keep you waiting for very long.
Denny's real smart. If he wants a job, I'm sure it's his.
Well, good. Well, how do you like Bay City?
Well, I haven't seen a lot of it so far, but it's nice. A lot of flowers everywhere.
Yeah, it's because it's spring. You don't see too many of those in the winter. I guess that was kind of silly. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, first impressions of a place are very important. Don't you think so, Lee?
What? Yeah, I guess so.
Well, now, Lee, he didn't have any trouble, you know, getting to know Bay City. He fit in right away.
You got to know the hockey players, huh, Lee?
Some of them.
You got a girlfriend like this?
I remember the day he met her at the Harris Fair.
Yeah, it looked like he could have walked into a stone wall and never felt a thing.
Did you say the hair affair?
Yeah, that's the beauty shop that Abe owns, and I work there, too.
Well, what were you doing hanging around a beauty shop?
I was helping with the construction, all right?
Well, we couldn't have opened without him, you know. He was a great help.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Well, he can do anything when he sets his mind to it. But then, like I've told him 100 times, you gotta have some fun, too.
You've never said that. In your book, fun is the same as sin.
Lee, honey, come on, let's have a nice time tonight, okay?
You all right?
Oh, Alice, I want to thank you very much for your consideration.
You haven't answered my question.
Which was?
Are you all right?
No, I don't think anything is all right anymore.
You know, maybe it's just because you're tired and upset.
No. Since Rachel and I separated, it just seems like everything in life has gone sour.
You're referring to Jamie, too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I've been worried about him, too. The last few times I've seen him, he's really been in rough shape.
Well, that's my fault also.
Oh, don't. I'm sure it isn't. Jamie's gonna come around. After all, look what he's got going for him. You're his father.
I'm not going to keep Mac from taking Amanda away from me.
The first thing in the morning after we pick up Amanda, you go by and see Brian. Will you do that?
Yeah, I'll do that if that's what you think I should do. What have I done to my family, Mitch?
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.
about time.
Yeah, we should get to the hospital and pick Amanda up. I hope she's all right.
She's gonna be all right. And don't worry about Mac's threats.
I can't let him get custody of her.
You're not gonna let that happen, all right?
I know, but when she's released, he might just be there and take her himself.
Not if I can help it. Now, let's get there and be there before he arrives.
I just hate this. I hate it. No. I mean, she's just being pulled between the two of us. No. Okay, you're right. Okay, let's get to the hospital and get her. Okay.
Oh, Jamie, hope I didn't keep you waiting.
Oh, no, that's okay. I had some work I wanted to take care of. And Liz said he wanted to see me first thing, so I didn't want to be late.
Well, I did tell her I had an appointment first. Did she tell you?
No.
Oh.
Oh, well, she did. I don't know. I didn't hear her. Mac, the appointment, was it about...
Yes. I was asked to a breakfast meeting with some of the board members this morning.
And?
Just sit down.
Mac, by the look on your face, I can tell the news isn't good.
Well, not necessarily.
What do you mean?
They've decided to put the matter of your premature editorial on the agenda of a special meeting of the board late this afternoon.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm not sure. But I am sure that they're seriously concerned about the issue, and they want to discuss it, and they want to decide what steps to take.
Steps?
Well, what action to take, if any.
Yeah. Mac, do you think it would be out of line for me to attend that meeting?
Well, I don't think it's the best idea.
Well, I could explain the reasons for my actions. I've written it all down. If they heard it from me directly, maybe...
No, I think you better not.
Why?
Well, Jamie, if you insist on knowing, they specifically requested that you not be present at the meeting.
No. Mac, can we talk about this?
Yes, I'd like to, but right now, I'm also late seeing Amanda at the hospital. We'll talk when I get back.
Oh, Mac, is she all right?
She will be. I assure you of that.
Wait a minute. Now, will you just look at this pencil for me? I'm going to bring the pencil, and I'm almost going to touch your nose. But I'm not quite. Good. Very good. Very good. I'm going to come way out here. Keep watching it. Good. Good. Keep watching. Very good. Will you grip my finger? Just grip my finger like that. As grip as hard. That's good. Now with this hand. With this hand. Now grip it. Good. Well, young lady, you seem perfectly fine to me. You know what that means? It means we can send you home so you can continue with your playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, will you call Rachel and tell her that Amanda's ready to go home?
Of course, right away. Would you hand me the chart, please?
Okay.
Thanks. She is at Ada's, isn't she?
Yeah.
Is this the number here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great.
So I think I'll see you in about a week. When Rachel gets here, will you tell me?
Oh, sure. Is it anything particular?
I just want to talk to her for a moment, all right?
Okay. Well, Mommy doesn't answer. So why don't we play some games while we wait for her, okay? Wanna? Okay. Do you know any? What's this? That's right. Can you do it? Here, put your fingers this way. We'll do it like this. This one here.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
You okay?
Sure, why wouldn't I be okay?
At least you're alive. Yeah, Sandy sure makes some pair.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, you were just gone so long, and Jordan made no bones about wanting you back.
He certainly got what he wanted, didn't he?
What about you?
What do you mean?
Did you get what you wanted?
Yeah, right. Sandy and I both wanted to come back here.
Yeah, I bet it was no more complicated than that.
You're right, Melissa. It was no more complicated than that.
Yeah, right, especially for Sandy. I mean, Sandy just wanted to come back so bad that he got his face beat up
Stop
in the
it,
process.
Melissa. Will you just drop it?
I don't understand, Blaine. I mean, if it's all so simple, then why are you getting so upset?
It's just what you're saying.
Did I say something?
You're implying something that just isn't true.
Okay, right. Sure. If you and Sandy just want to go on and play this dangerous game, go right ahead. It's fine with me.
What a sight. Two beautiful ladies at one table.
Hi, Jordan.
I thought this was supposed to be done long ago, Blaine.
It would have been done.
I want it done this morning.
Yes, Jordan.
And when it's done, only when it's done, mind you, I want to see you at the house at 1. I'm having a couple of clients in for lunch. Be early.
Yes, Jordan.
Blaine? Aren't you forgetting something?
I don't understand. Hold your hands up just like that. Don't move them, and we'll do it another way, okay? Watch. Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Roll it, and pat it, and mark it with a B, and put it in the oven for Amanda and me. Can you do that? Ready? Want to do it once more?
There you are.
Oh, look who's
There's
here.
my sweetheart. Hello, my darling. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. You know how worried I was about you.
Oh, no need to worry, Mac.
No, is she all right?
You haven't seen Rink?
No, I came straight here. Is she all right?
Of course she is. There's nothing wrong with this little girl.
Oh, I'm so glad.
You can talk to Rick later, and he'll reassure you. Oh, by the way, I spoke to Rachel, and, well, I tried to call Rachel, but she wasn't home.
Oh, well, darling, I brought something for you.
You know what that is? It's a horsey's day. Oh, Amanda, my name is Horsey. Will you take me home with you, Amanda? Will you? Please? Oh, yes, you will.
Is there any special precaution I should take with her?
Well, yes, there is one.
Oh, what?
Well, Dr. Holloway said that there was one thing that was absolutely essential.
Oh, dear.
Yes, you must take this young lady as fast as you can to the ice cream parlor and buy her the biggest cone you can find.
Ooh, I could really like that.
Amanda, do you want an ice cream? Want an ice cream cone? All right, let's go, Amanda, because we have to go before the ice cream melts and runs away. Now, take me with you. Take me with you. Okay, let's go get some ice cream.
Thank you so much for all your special consideration. It really made it a lot easier for me.
Oh, Mac, it's been my pleasure, really.
Thanks.
Oh, what'll I tell Rachel when she comes?
Oh, well, just tell her I've taken Amanda home.
Okay. Bye-bye, Mac. Bye-bye, sweetie.
You know, Jamie, we really shouldn't decide an outline for a counterattack until we've heard what Zachary Colton plans to do.
What? I'm sorry.
I said, until we know what Colton has to say and what his demands are, we shouldn't really make a decision on what our game plan is going to be.
Well, do you think he's going to sue Corey Publishing?
Well, he's a very unpredictable man, as you know.
Yes, but could he get us for libel?
Oh, again, Jimmy. I wouldn't want to jump to any conclusions. We just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I think we have to assure Colton that whatever his demands are, they can be met.
What, you really think we should offer him that?
Well, I'm sure we have to assure him of that. I'd like to bring up one point, though.
What?
Keep quiet during the meeting. Now, just keep your ears open and listen, and then we'll make our decision as to what our game plan is going to be. And after we know more. Now, will you go along with me on this?
Yeah, I guess. Brian, you don't think this meeting is going to make any difference, do you?
Well, we have to wait and see what Colton says. Yes, Nellie? Oh, good. Send him right in.
Ah, morning, Brian. Mr. Frame. Well, it appears you got yourself in another sticky one, huh?
Colton, since this meeting is a result of your request, I think we can safely assume that you have something to say to us. Am I right?
Yes, I think you can safely assume that, Brian. Well, as you well know, the Daily Ledger, which is under the management of this young fellow here, recently published a very libelous editorial which suggested that I was somehow involved in organized crime. I mean, not only here in Bay City, but all across the country.
That's not what I said.
Jamie.
Isn't it?
No. I said that Jess Cooper was involved nationwide. I simply noted your involvement with Cooper's employee, Jordan Scott.
Jamie.
Well, however one might choose to interpret all that, the fact remains that the article did contain a number of sentence statements which were decidedly false.
Yes, well, I may not be able to prove them, but they are not false.
If you can't prove it, they're false.
Mr. Colton, what do you want?
Ah, well. Now, Brian, you and I both know that when an article of this kind appears, however untrue, it can be very damaging to a person, but especially if the victim is a political candidate. So, I'm not altogether sure that there can be sufficient compensation for this kind of trouble.
Well, maybe next time you'll watch what company you keep.
Colton, what are you asking for?
Well, Brian, due to the fact that this young man here has somewhat damaged his own reputation in that he has been seen in various places under the influence of alcohol and has recently been arrested for driving under the influence of drugs, it seems to me the damage might not be as hard on me as it could have been.
Come on, Colton. Now, what are you saying?
Oh, just that I'm willing to be lenient, Brian, because this fellow here can't be considered to be a very reliable source of information due to his abuse of these substances.
Wait a minute.
Sit down, Jamie. Now let's hear him out.
Now, would you like to hear my demands?
Well, that's why we're here, isn't it?
Yes. Now, I am willing to settle for a complete and immediate retraction of the editorial, along with a public apology and the promise to desist from any more editorials of this type in the future.
Wait a minute. Sit down, Jamie.
Well, now, you better do as he says. You haven't got many options left, you know.
Well, Colton, I think that can be arranged.
Brian, I didn't put one statement in that editorial that was false. I'd stake my career on it.
I believe you already have.
I'll get it.
Kid, don't open the door.
Well, hey, you two. Larry, listen, I've got to be at work in 10 minutes. I just about make it, so please don't think I'm rushing out on you.
Oh, no, darling, I don't. Go right ahead.
Listen, I'll see you later.
You betcha,
Okay?
pretty one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I could use one.
I take it you haven't been hitting the streets too freely lately.
Well, I'm not hiding out, if that's what you mean.
No, I guess not. If what Melissa tells me is true. And what does Melissa tell you?
She said you went to the Connection yesterday to talk to Blaine.
Try to talk, that's a big difference.
You didn't get through to her?
Went through one ear and out the other. I don't know, Larry.
You don't know what?
Nothing makes sense anymore.
Are we still talking about Blaine?
I guess. It's what she told me that doesn't make any sense.
Well, what'd she tell you?
That she went back to Jordan Scott because she still loves him.
You didn't buy that, did you?
No, I didn't. There's no way that Blaine loves that guy. The only thing that I read in that woman's face is fear.
Are you sure?
Larry, that guy has got something on her, some kind of a hold over her, and I can't figure out what it is.
Are you sure that's what it actually is? Or maybe it's what you want to see?
What I want to see? I don't read you, Larry.
I'm talking about the scene I just walked in on, notwithstanding. You probably still care for Blaine.
Of course I care for Blaine. I care what happens to her.
Maybe you just more than care for Blaine.
Hey, Larry, come off it.
Oh, well, listen, why would it upset you then?
I don't know. But I do know one thing.
Yeah?
I will never, not in a million years, believe that Blaine went back to Jordan Scott because she loves him.
Well, I'm kind of inclined to agree with you, Jerry. But there's only one way I'm going to get Blaine out from underneath Jordan.
How's that?
I've got to find that black book.
Excuse me, Rick, we've come to pick up Amanda.
Didn't even want to call you.
No, something happened to her?
Oh, no, she's fine, but someone was supposed to contact you about her being released.
Released?
Mm-hmm.
No, no one called me.
They were supposed to call Ada's.
I wasn't there. Where is she? She was supposed to be released at 10:30.
I'll check.
I'd like to know what's going on.
Just a minute. Let me check the desk. Don't know where she is.
You mean you don't even know where she is?
Yes, it's Dr. Holloway. I want to know the whereabouts of Amanda Corey. Yes, the little girl. Released? Wait a minute, wait. Who picked her up? I see. Thanks. Mac already picked her up.
Mr. Corey, I made you some fresh coffee.
How nice of you, Louise. You can just put it on the table. I'll get it in a minute.
I'll get that.
Oh, thank you.
Mrs. Ray.
Thank you, Louise.
Alice, how nice to see you again. What brings you over?
Well, I know this may sound a little foolish, but I just wanted to check on Amanda.
How could it sound foolish? How nice of you to come.
How is she?
Mrs. Frame, Amanda's just fine.
Oh,
And to let you know exactly how fine she is, I'm going to ask Louise to bring her down so she can say hello to you.
Mr. Corey, she's asked for water 6 times. She's so restless. If I disturb her now, she'll never take a nap.
Oh, nonsense, Louise. She was asking for Alice. Please bring her down.
Of course.
Please come in.
thank you, Mac.
Oh, would you care for some coffee?
That'd be very lovely. Thank you. I called the office, and Pat told me that you'd stayed home this afternoon.
Yes, I wanted to be with her this afternoon.
Thank you. I just finished my shift. I really can't stay too long.
Oh, that's too bad. I really welcome any kind of distraction from work these days because work is all I seem to do.
You know, you really shouldn't overdo it. Take it from me. You have to relax when you can.
That's advice I'm usually giving someone else. I should take it myself. Oh, cream and sugar?
No, thanks. Black's fine.
Mr. Corey, Amanda is sleeping. I thought she would be.
Well, that's fine, Louise. You see, she's already forgotten about the accident.
Oh, I'm glad.
Excuse me.
Louise?
Mrs. Corey.
Alice. Mac, I want to talk to you.
Rachel, I have nothing whatsoever to say to you. We'll talk about Amanda in court. Please leave.
I have a lot of things to say to you. You cannot get away with kidnapping my daughter anytime anything doesn't suit you.
I think I'd better leave.
Yes, I think you better.
Thank you for being concerned about Amanda. I'm sorry about this.
It's all right, Mac.
How dare you come in here and order my guests to leave?
Well, she's welcome to stay, but I have a feeling you'd rather talk about this in private. Now, where is she?
Who?
Amanda, I want my daughter.
You can't have her. She's sleeping.
It won't hurt her to wake up. Go get her, Louise.
Stay
please.
right where you are, Louise. Don't make a move.
Mr. Corey.
No, please do as I ask you. You're working for me now.
All right, I'll go get her.
You step 1 foot out of this room and I'll...
And you'll what? Have me arrested and I'll have you booked for kidnapping.
She's my daughter, too, Rachel. I have a right to her as well as you.
Well, we'll have to see about that, won't we?
Louise, would you see that Amanda's all right?
You're really not going to let me have her, are you?
No, I'm not. Look at what happened yesterday. You're away from me for 1 month, and her life is in jeopardy.
Her life was not in jeopardy. She was only alone. She wasn't even alone. She was with 2 babysitters.
2 irresponsible youngsters.
They're not irresponsible. She's been with them before, and nothing has ever happened.
How do I know nothing is going to happen the next time?
No one knows that. Anything could happen. Children have accidents.
Well, I won't have her having accidents. She's going to stay right here with me, where she can be cared for by responsible, mature adults.
Meaning Louise?
Yes, meaning Louise.
You mean that Louise is better for my child than I am?
Well, from what happened yesterday, it would seem so, wouldn't it?
You're saying that it's better for that child to be with strangers than with her own real parents?
Louise is not a stranger. Besides, I'm here.
When? I know your work schedule. You're never here. You never had enough time for me, much less time to be 2 parents to that little girl. Well, what are you going to do, quit and spend all of your time here with her?
Come on, Rachel, don't be ridiculous.
I am not being ridiculous. She's going to be left with no real parent if she stays here.
It's not true. It just simply isn't true.
It is true, and you know it. You're just doing this to get back at me, aren't you? Well, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
You may not have a choice, Rachel.
Just please give me my child.
No, Rachel.
All right.
I said no.
All right. But you wait. I'll get her back.
No, you wait, Rachel. You haven't seen anything yet.
Mac. Oh. Cecile, may I help you?
No, thank you. I just came in to see Mac.
Oh, well, he left early today.
All right, well, then I'll just see him tomorrow.
Wait a minute. Is that the Brava budget you have there?
Yes, it is, though I can't see for the life of me why it's any concern of yours.
Oh, you're wrong, Cecile. The Brava budget is very much my concern. Especially now.
Just going to keep rubbing it in, aren't you?
Well, if I am, Cecile, you can take credit for teaching me how.
Well, you don't have to gloat.
Well, I learned from the best gloater in the world.
Oh, you've always done quite well at that on your own, Pat.
Cecile.
What?
The budget.
I don't care to discuss it with you.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're going to have to. Now, I've looked at it very studiously, and I think there are some obvious omissions. I also have made some corrections that I want you to take a look at.
How dare you make any corrections in my budget? Without consulting me, you know that this is my area.
That's not exactly accurate,
What do you
Cecile.
mean? As I recall, you were the one who specifically asked Mac to spell out our individual responsibilities.
Yes, that's true.
Then why are you poking your nose into my area?
Because it's not just your area. I'm in charge now, and all of these things come into my supervision.
You know, you are making it impossible for me to do my job efficiently.
I am not. I'm not stopping you, Cecile. I'm very happy when you do your job efficiently.
Oh, I hate this. I just hate it.
I can understand how you feel, Cecile. This must be a very difficult time for you.
Come right back here this minute.
How are you, my little sister? Hey, look at me. How you doing? Give me a kiss. What happened to you yesterday? Huh? You have a little accident? Are you better? Huh? Oh, bandit time. I think you look very pretty in that.
Jamie?
Let's see. Let's get your bangs out of there.
Amanda has been impossible all day and all night. Yes, she has. Since this accident, she thinks she can get away with anything.
Do you? Well, I think you just enjoy all the attention, don't you?
I'm sure she does. Perhaps you can make her see reason.
Reason? What do you mean?
Well, I put her to bed. She sleeps a few minutes. Then she's up again and wide awake.
Hey, what is this? Are you being a bad girl for Louise?
No.
Hey, you know what?
What?
You're going to see your mommy real soon, okay?
Okay.
Where's Mac?
He had to go back to the office to a board meeting.
Has he called?
No, he left not too long ago.
Oh. I don't know why I asked. That meeting would probably take longer than I thought. I think I'll just wait here for him.
Amanda, love, don't you think you ought to go to bed now? All right, come on. Oh, you are a good, good girl. Yes, you will.
Give me a big kiss before you go, okay?
Okay.
I love you.
All right.
Okay, kiddo.
Nighty-night, Jamie.
Good night.
Night-night.
Oh. You'll see Mommy soon, okay? Mac?
I thought you might be waiting.
What happened? What did the board decide, did they?
It was a very difficult meeting, Jamie.
And?
Brian was there. He informed them that following our retraction, Colton is of a mind to drop his threat to sue us for libel.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yes, it's good. But I'm afraid it's not good enough, Jamie.
What do you mean?
You must believe me. I have always had, I still have, the utmost confidence in your abilities.
But?
No buts, as far as I'm concerned, Jamie.
What happened?
The board voted.
What did the board decide?
They voted 8-1 to remove you as publisher of the Ledger.
What? So what are you going to do this time, Mac?
I'm afraid I have to abide by their vote.
Thank you. Well, isn't this nice? Almost all the family together.
I thought it would be nice on the eve of Marianne's wedding.
Liz, you've got something up your sleeve.
Liz always has something up her sleeve.
Well, are you going to tell us what it is?
I feel as though I have been called to a summit meeting here or something.
Well, I suppose I can tell you now. Should I, Jim?
The floor is yours, Liz.
Jim and I have been racking our brains to try to come up with the perfect wedding gift for Rick and Marianne.
What's wrong with china or glassware?
There are limits. That's always nice.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's such a big deal. These kids, they can use anything, actually.
No, we want it to be something special. Something that they'd remember all their years together.
And after a lot of, well, no, quite a bit of friendly bickering back and forth, we considered and dropped almost every possibility.
Dad, honey, why do you make it so difficult on yourself? Marianne will love anything you
No.
choose.
Nothing commonplace for our Rick and Marianne.
Now, wait a minute. Something is beginning to tell me, and it's that twinkle in your eye, that you have already decided what we are going to give them.
Darling Russ, always so perceptive. We have. Jim and I came up with the perfect wedding gift.
What is it?
A 2-week trip to Mexico.
Oh, Liz, that's much too generous.
I am very impressed.
I'll take it if they don't want it.
No, really, Liz, that's too much.
No, we want to do it for them.
But we're going to need your help.
Yeah, since they're both working at the hospital, we'll need your help to get them 2 weeks off. Oh, I see. I suppose with a certain amount of reshuffling, I can arrange for Rick to have a couple of weeks off.
What about Marianne?
Well, here we have the captain of that team.
I
I think it can be arranged.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for helping. And Pat, you know, you can be of some help, too.
I'll do what I can.
Well, you try and find some resort clothes for Marietta.
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun.
I want to help with that, too. This is a fabulous idea, Liz. Dad, you and Liz have done it again.
Well, I don't know about again, but...
We want to get those two young people off to a perfect start.
Jordan. Will you kiss me, please? Jordan, I want to talk to you.
Later.
Please.
Come here.
I need to talk to you.
What about?
Sandy Alexander.
What about it?
I just don't think he's serving his best purpose working for you in the escort service.
Yeah? Why not?
I think that he would be a little... maybe he would be a little bit better if he worked somewhere else, like in the arena or the connection, maybe.
Oh, yeah? Why do you think so?
Well, he's a very personable kind of guy, you know.
Oh? You think so?
Well, not me personally. I just think that the customers would like him a lot.
Just like you like him?
No, Jordan. I'm speaking strictly in a business sense. I think he would be very good for business.
No.
But why?
I made a deal with that guy just the way I made a deal with you. And if either one of you backs out of it, I'm not going to hesitate. No way will I hesitate to fix things up in a more permanent way.
So sorry to be late.
Oh, hi, Mac. I ordered you a scotch. Is that all right?
Oh, fine. Yeah. Thank you very much. Even though Louise is with her, I didn't want to leave Amanda till she was fast asleep.
Oh, I understand.
I tell you, I've been wanting to have this talk with you for a week or more, but at the office there are just so many interruptions.
Yeah, I'm surprised sometimes we even manage to get any work done at all.
I think I've also avoided having this specific talk with you at the office because, well, I don't know, it just didn't seem to be the proper place for it.
Well, now you've certainly gotten me curious.
I didn't mean to sound enigmatic when I called you, but...
What's wrong, Mac?
Jamie.
You're worried about him, aren't you?
I'm terribly worried about him.
I am, too. I've been concerned about him for the longest time, and especially now that you and his mother are separated.
Well, it might ease your mind some to know that.
To know what?
Well, perhaps you already do know. He's staying at the house with me now.
No, I didn't. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm relieved to hear it.
Well, certainly a lot better than a room in a hotel someplace. That would be disastrous. Especially with the shape he's in now.
The shape he's in?
Do you know what the problems are he's been having?
Well, I know that he's very upset about what happened at the Ledger. And he's very concerned that you might be afraid, well, that he's let you down, Mac.
Yes, I know. Well, to be perfectly honest with you about that, I have been terribly disappointed in his work lately.
I was afraid of that.
But I do have to take blame. I've given him so much responsibility and so much work to do. However, on the other hand, these blunders that he's made lately, they don't really have anything to do with overwork.
You mean errors of judgment?
Exactly. Cecile, do you know he has a drug problem?
No. I mean, yes. Well, what I really mean is that I just found out. Mac, why didn't he just tell someone sooner? I mean, if he had told me, I'd know I could have helped him. I just know I could have.
Oh, I'm trying to get Sandy Alexander, helping him now.
Oh, that's good. You know, Sandy's been absolutely divine helping Pat and me at the complex.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Yes, I think it's a wonderful idea.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm. I think it's wonderful for Jamie. Although I must say that
I'm afraid I'm going to miss Sandy's help.
Well, I'm hoping it's just a temporary measure until Jamie can just get his life back together again.
I know, I understand. I think it's a wise move, Matt.
Still, he's going to need more than just Sandy's help. He's going to need your help too, Cecile.
Oh, Matt, I wish I could believe that, but Jamie doesn't seem to want anything to do with me lately.
Well, that's not true. Cecile, maybe he just doesn't know how to ask you for your help.
I don't know. I don't know. I wish that were it, but I think there's something more.
What?
I just don't want to force myself on him right now.
All right. Well, perhaps that is wise at this point.
Please, I just need some more time to think about it, all right?
Yeah, sure, I understand. Oh, they're Jim and Liz. Well, that's the whole Matthews family over there. You're going to the wedding tomorrow?
Well, I was thinking about it, but now with everything that's happened with Jamie and me, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't.
You go. I think it would be good to get out for a social occasion and help you get your mind off your troubles a little. As a matter of fact, that would be a very good time for you and Jamie to see each other again. You know, weddings are happy times.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I think it's very possible that it might remind you and Jamie of the wonderful times you've had together in the past.
You really think so?
Well, I think it's a good possibility.
Will you be there?
Oh, yes.
Well, then maybe I may go. At least I'll think about it.
Hello?
Marianne.
Oh, hi, Rick.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
Nervous?
A little.
Look, I get off in a half hour. I was wondering if I could come over.
The kid said she'd be at Jerry's tonight.
I don't think so. Hey, you know the old tradition. Brings bad luck and all that.
You don't believe that, do you?
Well, let's just say it's safer to follow tradition. I don't want anything to happen.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I love you.
I love you, too.
Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
You're busy, I'll go.
No. It's okay. You can come in. Come on. What's wrong?
I don't know. No. Everything. My whole... I just need someone to talk to. Be with.
Can I get you anything?
I never meant to cause you any trouble. You gotta know that.
I know. It's all right. Rick told me you were trying to,
Stay off pills. Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, Jamie, I know it's hard, but there are